What's going on, guys and girls? So if you have come to this video for my vegan shopping haul video, thank you very much for tuning in. But if not, today I'm going to be showing you how to make some very easy high protein vegan meals which are perfect for bodybuilding. So we've got 4 different combinations here, so let's get started with this meal prep. Firstly, these are the ingredients I'm going to be using. For 2 of the meals we'll be using rice, and for the other 2 we'll be using potatoes to provide some variety. So let's get started. Step 1, what we're going to do is wash our potatoes and then pierce them with a fork before placing them in the microwave. I put these 2 large potatoes on for 10 minutes and that was the perfect amount of time, but it will vary depending on the wattage of your microwave. Now the reason I've used a microwave is because it's quick and easy, and that's exactly what we want this bodybuilding meal prep to be. So whilst the potatoes are cooking, we're going to get our other main carb source ready, which is the rice. And having a rice cooker is definitely something I recommend if you cook a lot of rice. Getting perfect rice in a pan is not impossible, but it requires a fair amount of attention, whereas the rice cooker does everything for you, and when it's ready it switches to the warming function. So if you are busy with something else, you can leave it and come back and it will still be nice and warm and perfectly cooked. So I was going to do 1 serving of rice per meal, so that would be 2 servings, but since my girlfriend and I eat so much rice, I put a couple more in for her. Washing rice is something I always do. It helps to relieve some of the starch and makes the rice taste that bit better. So it's always more fluffy rice as well when you've washed it, which is the best type of rice. But don't worry though, it won't make your physique fluffy. So once it's washed, just fill up the necessary amount of water according to how much rice you put in, and then you can simply pop it on to cook and it will switch to the warming function when it's done. Right, so now we've got our potatoes and our rice cooking, let's multitask a little bit more by getting our beans ready. And for the beans I've just got some plain kidney beans in water. But don't worry, we will be adding some mixed beans for flavouring later too. But first, of course, we need to rinse the beans, and this can be done in a sieve or a colander, it doesn't really matter. To cook my beans, I just place them in a big saucepan and stick them on the hob for 5 to 10 minutes. Right, so now to make these kidney beans a little bit more interesting, we're going to add the mixed beans we bought during the shop. These come in a tomato sauce which tastes wonderful, and I find just adding 1 tin helps to flavour the rest of the beans, so that's what I've been doing. Finally ready to start serving up. As a side note, all of these vegetables are raw. If you are prepping food in advance, you can just pop the frozen vegetables in the fridge overnight to thaw out and then use them the next day. So for the first meal I'm going to add 1 serving of basmati rice and then some peas, which I defrosted earlier. Rice and peas is just, it's a great combination, can't go wrong. Then we're going to add a big serving of beans and just give all the ingredients a nice stir until they're mixed evenly. In this bowl alone we're looking at 35 grams of protein, and it's such an easy meal to make and eat, so anyone telling you can't get enough protein on a vegan diet is lying. So that's 22 grams of protein in the beans, 6 grams in the peas, and a further 7 grams in the rice. 35 grams of protein right there. Time for the second meal. So for this second meal again we're going to do a serving of rice, but this time we're going to add a serving of spinach. A top tip here is if you don't like spinach, just mix it into the rice. The rice helps to mask the taste and the texture. But personally I love spinach, so it's not entirely necessary, but I do it anyway. Again we're going to add a nice big helping of beans, and that is the meal complete. So again, nice and high in protein and full of micronutrients. 22 grams protein in the beans, 5 grams in the spinach, and again another 7 grams in the rice. For the third meal we're switching from rice to potatoes, so let's grab our potatoes from the microwave and just cut them up into quarters. And from there you can add your serving of vegetables. Here I've just got some broccoli. So we're adding our broccoli on top of the potato, and of course, you guessed it, is time for some more beans. Now I know I've used beans a lot, but they're a great protein source and super cheap, which is perfect for anyone on a budget. And in that third meal we're looking at 32 grams of protein, 22 grams in the beans, 6 grams in the broccoli, and a further 4 grams in the potato. So this fourth meal is again using potato, a serving of vegetables. In this case it's mixed peppers, which are very high in vitamin C and also nice and sweet and crunchy. And we're going to add our beans to it as well. So there are a few beans left over, so I just spread them equally between the other 3 bowls to even things out. 29 grams of protein in that fourth meal, 22 grams in the beans, 4 grams in the potato, and a further gram or so in the peppers. And the choice of vegetables is entirely up to you, but I feel the peas, the broccoli and the spinach are 3 of the best, simply by virtue of the fact that they contain a lot of protein and also micronutrients. Now peppers, although lower in protein, are a nice change from time to time as well. So there we have it, 4 easy, high protein, vegan bodybuilding meals. As you've seen, these are not difficult to make, and as you will realise if you try these out, they really do taste good and also super cheap. So if you are like me and a student on a budget, they are great choices. And just to remind you of the protein count of each bowl, I've popped that on the screen, but aside from that I just want to say thank you for watching this video. I really hope it's been helpful, and perhaps if it has, please hit that subscribe button to help my little channel grow and spread the message. Thank you and have a great day. Peace. The thing I love about making these videos is getting to enjoy the food afterwards, so I'm going to eat all 4 of these bowls and enjoy every last mouthful. Thank you very much for watching. If it has been informative and helpful, please don't forget to give it a like, and of course subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.